Hey, what's up, Transformdom? This is Ben here in Hong Kong, and yeah, wow, it's been I think 2-3 weeks since I last talked to you all y'all, and the world has definitely changed. The coronavirus or COVID-19 has definitely spread throughout the world and is affecting all of us. And now I'm in Hong Kong, transiting back to China, and I'm in a mandatory 14-day self-quarantine, and I think that's a good thing because the only way that we can slow this mofo thing down is to prevent the virus from hopping from one host to another host. And so anyway, let's try to get into some good things, and we're going to start off with the Charged News and talk about new releases. For new releases, we've got this, the Ocular Max RMX 14 Docket or Dotcat, whatever you want to call it. This is the masterpiece interpretation of the Decepticon medic or Dr. Glit from what I read from TF Wiki, and he turns into a head cleaning cassette tape. So there's no audio files, there's no sound bites, it's just a cassette tape that cleans our old radio cassette players. And that's how he looks like in the casing. Very nice instruction manual in the casing. I love that about the RMX tapes that we've got. Now this is the animal mode, the Jaguar, and looks very wonderful, and I have a handle on Jaguar and it's a very nice articulated toy, and this should be just as good. Up next, we also have another TFCon exclusive. I forgot to mention that Docket is a TFCon exclusive, but we also got this Azalea Protoform, which is basically inspired by the prototype RC that the toy never got made back in the G1 days. And I definitely do think that there is a remold in the helmet section. It's a lot more rounded at the top, and it has that very nice horizontal red bar across that orange helmet. In this next shot, we have RC, highly articulated, slender, and wonderful. And RC transforms into a car. Looks very nice with these double barrel pistols slotted on the top of the vehicle, and it gives it a very nice impression that it's ready for attack. And here's another look at the car. Very nice and sleek, pink and orange, very funky G2-like colors. And finally, we have all the Azalea toys out here. The original Azalea, the alternative recolor, and the Protoform. Alright, for new pre-orders, Gigapower Grasser, we have new pictures and it's up for pre-orders. Should be out by April. They're aiming for April, but I think they may be pushed back a little bit, maybe towards May. But we finally got some images of Slag in the Dino mode, and the weathering of the Dino mode is definitely very visible. You can definitely see the bronze highlights on the legs and that little darkened shade on the horns as well. And from the backside, Slag just looks wonderful. This imagery and photograph work is definitely top-notch quality, and you can really see the bronze highlights on Slag. And then we also have Magic Square giving us Optimus Prime or Dead Optimus Prime, and it's a good enough effort. I do think that there is a lot of missed opportunities. They should have given us bashed up Optimus Prime head. The crack screen on this toy is good, but there needs to be more damage all across the ab section, and a lot of maybe painted crack marks all along his entire body. So this, unfortunately for me, is definitely a miss, given the fact that you're already so very close to a perfect product, and just being a lazy repaint is not what I think masterpiece collectors should be settling for. We should be aiming for more. Next, we have the new images of the KO Optimus Prime, and here it is in its unpainted colors. Accessories, you get a whole bunch of them. You got the extra helmets, Starscream, the Energon Axe, the adapter, the backpack, the blaster, and the blast effects, of course. And we also finally got some images of Optimus Prime in the truck mode. So this KO seems a lot more promising, because if you take a closer look at the gas or fuel tank section, it is lined up just nice, lined up straight. So that is a promising thing, and these things are up for pre-order, and you can get them at your favorite local retailers. Alright, up next with some pre-release updates, we've got the nice RC in the car mode, and you can see it can hold two, I guess, pilots or passengers, and I don't know whether these two bots or humans comes with the toy. And of course, some people having some creative play with the prototype that's out there. Okay, moving on. We've got news from TFCon that the Fans Toys Acoustic Wave or Sound Wave has an optional toy version for its sound wave. And to me, I mean, some people will appreciate that, but to me, that just means that there is going to be sacrifices for the cartoon mode for Soundwave, and that's just Fans Toys strategy to have a lot of compromise where you have some elements of toy and some elements of cartoon accuracy. So they try to satisfy both. Are Fans Toys just being lazy for that? I don't know. But we got the barrel section. The gun can be stored in the backpack. Will that make the backpack a little bit bulgy? I don't know. And looking at the mechanism from just the pictures, I don't know if Soundwave will have a cool Takara-like butterfly joint mechanism in place. Next we have Frumble. They come in the classical mini cassette mode, and you got alternate faces, a smiley face, a stern face, and a grin angry face. And the power drivers is definitely spring-loaded. Ravage, shown here, has very animalistic sculpt for the forelegs. The rear legs looks kind of weird looking with a lot of cassette looking bits. And I don't know, the beast mode here really does not look too much like Ravage. I think the front shoulder section to the neck of Ravage is not in proportion to what we see in the cartoon. But I have to say that Laserbeak looks a lot better than their Ravage. I love the jet backpack section in the beast mode where it's really up close to the neck of Laserbeak. The head of Laserbeak and the beak we see there looks a little less cartoon accurate than I would like, but the silhouette of the whole body or torso section definitely looks impressive. And here we have images that the wings can spread, flap, which is very impressive indeed. And I do hope that the legs can peg into like Megatron, because that will be really awesome. Okay, we finally got better images of the Tesla 2.0 or Perceptor 2.0, and there is a slight improvement on the silhouette of the bot mode, and it's just a little closer to the cartoon. I think there's no improvement on articulation. There may be a app crunch added to it, but no butterfly joints by just looking at this picture. The microscope mode looks the same. I don't see a real big difference. I am assuming that the transformation is quite similar, and you have the optional tank mode. And finally, the blaster can be extended into a rifle, and Perceptor also comes with alternate helmet sculpts and head sculpts. And I think the face does look a bit wide for my taste. And here's Perceptor from the front and the back. The back definitely cleans a lot better than the original G1. I mean the original toy. And here is a Perceptor with the other movie crew, and I think Perceptor here is a little too tall, because we know that the Fans Toys movie bots for Cup and RC are a little bit tall than your original or masterpiece toys. So this Perceptor is going to be a little bit too big if you collect other brands other than Fans Toys. I would like Perceptor to be a little more towards a car bot size, just a little, right? Anyway, and here is a teaser that Perceptor standing over dead Optimus Prime. And is this a teaser that they are going to have a go at Optimus Prime? Next we've got Huffer, and now we have images of him in the alt mode. The truck in the back looks a bit kind of unfinished, but it's kind of promising. I think it is. It looks quite realistic from the front, especially in the cab section. And even though the rear section is unfinished, most rear sections for trucks are unfinished anyway. So I'm okay with that. I'm actually quite impressed with that. And the back section of the cab definitely turns into a very nice leg section for Huffer. And we can see the backpack collapses a bit into the body, and that's great. If there's a lot of die-cast for Huffer on the cab, then that would mean it's going to be a little bit too back heavy. So I do hope that Fans Toys will not put any die-cast on the back, because that would really mean that Huffer will not be able to stand upright at all. And here's Huffer with the rest of the minibots. I would always assume that Huffer is a little taller than Beachcomber, but hopefully it will scale well with MP45. And here is Huffer holding his rifle with two hands, and because of the lack of butterfly joints, I think he is not able to hold it with two hands with the rifle facing front. So I really hope that Vans Toys will freaking start learning to take the engineering prowess of Takara Tomy and give us butterfly joints, because you know, ab crunch and all, it's so 2018. Anyway, here are some of the accessories that comes with Huffer. You got lots of shooting accessories, and is that a repair gun? I don't know, I think so. And we've got Huffer with a stoic face as well with his angry yelling face. So that's it for updated images from TFCon.